Here are some examples on how to evaluate expressions. So what we do is we take out the variables and we plug in the numbers in their place. So for 3k plus qa, we're going to do 3 times the k, which is 1, plus q times the a. So the q is 2 and the a is 3. And every time you take out a variable, you plug in the number in its place in parentheses. That way you don't forget about multiplication. If you didn't have it on the qa here, you might think this is 23 instead of 2 times 3. So we need the parentheses there to keep that multiplication there. Then we just follow order of operations. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 times 3 is 6. 3 plus 6 is our answer, which is just 9. For the next one, very similar, mx plus 4a. So the m times the x plus 4 times the a. So the m, x, and a, you can label these if you'd like, if that helps. So m is 2, x is 8, and the negative 9 is a. Even more reason to have those parentheses here. You might think it's 4 minus 9 without those parentheses on it. So then 2 times 8 comes first, plus the 4 times the negative 9, which is negative 36, which is then negative 20. And if you're not sure about that, you can use a calculator. 16 plus negative 36, there it is at negative 20. For the next one here, we're going to have double parentheses. 7 times, in parentheses, the b plus the z plus the c on the outside. So the b is 2 plus the z is negative 10 plus the negative 5 outside. Order of operations says to do our parentheses first. So 2 plus negative 10 first is negative 8. And the 7 is still out front, plus the negative 5 on the outside. I dropped those parentheses because I don't really need those anymore because there's nothing being done to the negative 5 besides just adding. There's no multiplication being done. We multiply these two first, which is negative 56, and we add on the negative 5, which is negative 61. For squaring, it's really essential that you use parentheses because you get a different answer without it when you square negatives. Let's show what that looks like. So if I do negative 10 squared, I get a different answer than negative 10 in parentheses squared. So why is that? Well, order of operations. If I say negative 10 squared, that means square the 10 first and then make it negative. Whereas negative 10 squared in parentheses is saying negative 10, the whole thing being squared, which is what we want in this case. And that gives us the positive 100, which is what it should be, because multiplying two negatives should always make a positive. That's why that one is a positive 1,000. For the last one here, we got a fraction. So d squared minus h, so 3 squared minus the h, all over d times z, so d times the z. So order of operations says to do exponents first. 3 squared is 9 minus 45 over, I can do this part because it's not going to affect the top. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. When you do this, do the whole top separate from the whole bottom, and then at the very end we'll divide these. So 9 minus 45 will do next. Keep the over negative 9 on the bottom. Now we're at the very end here, number divided by number. We simply divide those two to get our answer 4. And that's how we get those answers.